All right. Yeah. I'm not really sure what to do. It stopped, but it's probably gonna do it again. Yeah, no, it's not good. That is such a shame. Oh my goodness. This is like one of the last streams I'm gonna have my 3DS and I'm sending it off for a capture card. That's a shame. Well, I don't know what to do now. I set everything up as well. Damn. Heat has been really bad. This literally been the first time it's ever hit 40 degrees in this country. 40 degrees C, which is over 100 Fahrenheit. So, they were saying that the signal could go out. But, like, it's been fine all the rest of the time. And now it cuts out. Because, of course... Unless I lower it to, like, 2.5k. But is it going to be fine at 2.5k? Probably not. It's dropping to, like, hundreds sometimes. So, like, it's not going to improve it. How is it for everyone else? Is everyone else getting frame drops, or what is going on? Because there are dropped frames. There are frames dropping. So, if there are too many frames dropping, I'll have to just... I don't know. Do something. I've not set everything else up, though. So, don't really know what to do. I need to start the run soon. Anyway, I've got the volume on full today, so hopefully you can hear the game audio. Then that might be coming through. Might get a job at GameStop or Target. Nice. Frame drops on DS capture, but not face cam. Really? I'm dropping like 500 frames. I've dropped like 500 frames in the last 2 minutes. Yeah, it keeps going yellow, green, not much green. I mean, the DS frame capture is gonna get frame drops. Like this is my hand. Hello, this is my hand. That's very weird then. Okay, you know what? We are just gonna do a run, because I can. Right, so, yeah, we'll see how the run goes. We'll just see how it goes. I'm gonna turn off the preview, though. Let's see if that helps. I mean, it probably won't, but... Yes, this is Nervouce Brickdown. This is NG+, pretty much. Any percent existing save. So, what it is beat all the main levels, not including these bottom 5 here. These are extra ones unlocked after any percent. This is actually going to be the first fully commentated run. This is basically what I did last Monday. If you're looking for, or if you've not seen it, or if you have seen it, then you're not really missing out on much. If you don't, watch it again, because it's basically the same run. But we are going to get started. It starts on OK, but it's pretty much just an Atari Breakout or Arkanoid clone. And it's actually, I'm the only runner of it right now. It literally got added to SRC last Tuesday. So the leaderboards are all set up now. It's all fine to run it. I am going to quickly change to seconds so we can get started. But hopefully this isn't going to take me as long as it indicates on there, on the splits. Because I am not able to stream for that long today, unfortunately. Tenths and seconds, is that? That should be right. Tenths and seconds? Yeah, should be good. Okay. Anyway, 3, 2, 1, go. So, this is Nervouce Brickdown. I'm probably going to abbreviate it to NBD quite a lot. Or at least in text, I will abbreviate it to NBD. So, first one here is a very, very classic style sort of stage. This is just what you expect from a breakout style game. But this is fully touch controls. This game operates fully on touch controls, so we are literally just using the stylus for the whole thing. That's why I'm trying to keep my hand as far away as possible. My hand is here. Hello. But I want to not obstruct it too much for the video because I am not using a capture card. Now, this might look a bit difficult to control, but there is actually a little bit of control if you point, or if you hit the ball with the paddle at the right point. There's also probably going to be a few points where you don't see my face because the capture card, the face cam setup I've got today isn't great to also work for the capture card. So what we kind of want, we want the ball to stay on the top as much as possible. Really just to clear out as many bricks in a row as possible. We need to clear them all out to clear the level. Very, very simple. Now, there are also collectibles in this game. There are medals. And I've made categories for the medals as well. There is not really much you unlock for medals. Really, really strange thing that you do get for them, though, is a alarm clock. So if you complete the whole game, you get an alarm clock. I think it's either for all medals or any percent. So if you get all medals in the first set of levels, so the first 10 levels that you see in any percent, you will essentially get, you will unlock the main theme for that area. And if you get all the medals in the bonus area, the bonus 5 levels, then you'll unlock the boss music. It's basically like a sound test mode. But yeah, there's not really much point to the alarm clock. It feels more like a tech demo sort of thing, like, oh, look what we did on the DS. This is so cool. But, I mean, it's a thing that exists. I don't know why they added it, but it's there. It's a thing. So, another thing to note here, we are getting little power-ups as we go through. So, the B ones, you can't really see the letters because, again, my capture isn't great. I'm literally using my iPad to record. But you can see little power-ups. So, there's letters A, B, C, D, and X. X is a bad power-up. You do not want to get X. It will basically just throw in fake balls. You don't really have to do much against them. They just sort of sit there to put you off. Yeah, we want to just get past this stage because it's going a bit slow. Hopefully we gain a bit more time later on, though. So another thing we can do, we can actually double tap to make the stage start early, and that's on most stages, at least ones with a paddle. Or with the paddle as the main feature. This is a very good quick clear here as well. Very, very nice. So A, I should mention, makes the ball bigger. It would also have cleared out the power-up we had from B, the pink one, which was what we see here. It's basically making it so the ball just goes through everything. I'm going to get A here because it's going to make it harder for the ball to escape back down to the bottom. But we just want to clear out that blue. There we go. That felt quick, but actually clearly not. That's fine. So we're just going to carry on. Not really much to explain once we've got through all the gimmicks of a world. But there are 10 levels in each world. I want to get good at commentating for this as well, because I kind of want to submit this to Really Really Longathon alongside We Play. But yeah, if anyone's got any questions, I know this game's extremely obscure, so if you've got any questions, then do ask away. Another thing to note, I mentioned about the medals. Medals are required for completion, but there's not really anything other than they show in the main menu, so I've added them as categories anyway, because it just makes sense to have them. So C, as you can see, shoots an extra energy ball. So we're going to keep that up there. B will replace that big ball power-up. Kind of a good thing, to be honest. And that should clear out most of them. I'm just going to demonstrate what X does. Yeah, so really briefly it came up on the screen there. It might not even have shown on the capture card. But it just makes a load of fake balls appear. So you just don't want to get that, really. If you can't hear the music as well, by the way, you're not really missing out on too much. It's okay in most areas, but the speed music in Area 4, I think it is pretty bad. They did not convert the original soundtrack to DS sound font very well at all. Especially the boss music. The boss music is terrible on the DS sound font. And I am a lover of nostalgia for DS soundtracks as well, and I hate it. Although the original was pretty good. The original's actually on Bandcamp, in case you're looking for it. Hey Maya, how you doing? Good to see ya. You got affiliate? Nice. Awesome. Yeah, I'm not too sure right now, but yeah, if I try and help between levels, I might be able to help. It's been a while since I did affiliate onboarding, though. So you mentioned channel point rewards. Yeah, so I think they're I think you just set them based on the boxes it tells you. Like what sort of things are you trying to set up exactly? So there's the default ones that Twitch gives you, and then there's also that was almost a lucky bounce. Oh, come on. This is a massive skill issue. Okay, please just get it. Thank you. That was so bad. Congrats on affiliate, though. Yeah, so this is the last level before we get into the boss. So the music looped again. That's fine. So here, quite a lot of stuff going on with the barriers to the top there. Those grey unbreakable blocks, very annoying to get past. That's a shame. I did not even need to hit that because we had the we had the D power up where the ball can't actually go through the floor. This is also a very annoying sound. I think they kind of just made it to be annoying, but yeah. Another thing I should note, I keep on talking about medals, but not actually saying how to get them. So in this world, each world has a different objective to get the medal. Here you need to get a 15 combo without hitting the ball. But an interesting quirk of that is that, and you'll see it if I do an all medals run one day, when you do these levels, the POW levels are very hard to get the medals in, actually. Some of them are really, really difficult. So we will probably need to do a few restarts, but here we don't actually need the medals. But a few worlds it's just go deathless, which is quite easy to get. Okay, so this boss, there are 3 different prisms you can have. So the pink ones can attack you in attack phases, and during attack phases, the boss is invincible. You cannot attack the boss, unfortunately. So you want as many of the pink ones gone as possible. The grey ones are still possible to hit, but they cannot hit you, so they cannot attack in an attack phase. And the dark red ones, they are you can't collide with them. They are basically dead ones. So you want to get rid of all the pinks soon, and then you want to get the greys from there, really. So a good phase for this boss would really just be like 1 or 2 attack phases, and then get rid of all the pink ones. So they will get faster as well, so you really want to clear them all out as soon as possible. There's one. And, oh, no, not quite. There's the other one, nice. So now when it gets to the attack phase, when it curls in, if it does, we are actually, that's a shame. Yeah, we are actually not going to see any attacks, as you can see right there. And if I can just clear that boss now, please clear it now. Ah, this is rough. I hate when it gets to this point. There we go. That might be an IL record. Yeah, that's probably an IL record. Nice one. Okay, paper. Let's go. So, paper, much easier world. That's a very dodgy paddle I've drawn there. But yeah, basically this area, the gimmick is you draw your own paddle. But you have extreme control of the ball. You have massive control over the ball. Wherever you point, in most worlds, if you go in that direction, the ball will go pretty much straight there. So it's a really, really easily controllable world. Probably the quickest IL in the game. Or individual world, I should say. Really, really good. Yeah, maybe it's just locked because you've not been affiliate for long. I'm not sure. I think I had it straight away, though. Oh, actually, no, I wouldn't have, because I'm a boomer. I got affiliate when channel points weren't a thing. Yeah, I don't actually remember. Maybe there is a cooldown. Probably not, though. Because Brass got affiliate recently and managed to do it fine. I don't know. Yeah, so there is actually a limit for the amount of ink that can be on a single one of these blobs at once. But there are also some coming up where we are going to need to make sure they don't fall below the touchscreen. Not many of them. There's only a couple of levels with them on. So another thing I should mention, the medal requirement on this world is to fill in these things. So you fill in those things, one on level 1, and then 2 on level 2, and 3 on level 3. And you pretty much get 1 for every blob you clear, as long as you've already as long as you've already used the ink that you've obtained. But we don't need to do that here because we are not after the medals. And in fact, if we were playing on NG, we'd actually not like to get the medal because it makes the medal appear, which takes a little while. Really not very long though, because you can just you can sort of keep pressing on the touchscreen to skip things in this game. That's why you'll see me doing a lot of furious looking tapping. Really, really slow actually on paper, unfortunately. Was expecting this to be better. So you might be noticing between levels, there are actually white and yellow circles on the main menu screen between levels. What that means is essentially the checkpoint system. And if I were to lose all the lives that I have in the menu, so you start with 6 because I've got a completed save file. You do start with 5 normally, but I've got 6 for that reason. If you lose all your lives, you actually go back to the nearest checkpoint. But in New Game Plus, or any % existing save, is what I've called it. Because there is no New Game Plus thing really defined in this game. What I've essentially allowed is you can go back in the menu and start on the level that you lost on. So, say if I lost on this level, I would start back at... Actually, no, sorry. Bad example. This is level 7. I would start at level 7 again. If I lost on level 3, I would go back to level 1. However, with existing save, you are allowed to go back to the... you're allowed to skip the levels you've already cleared. But if you're doing a medal run, then... actually, no. Medal runs aren't in existing save, because it's hard to verify. Because you might already have the medals unlocked on an existing save. Yeah, pretty bad paper fight, paper area, sorry. We might save a little bit of time on the boss. That's a terrible paddle. Yeah, so if you draw a line really quickly, then you'll actually sort of skip some of it. So I did draw it too quickly. It didn't let it draw the whole thing. So unfortunately, we've got like a half paddle now. But you can redraw the paddle every time you lose a life. Yeah, so in this area, the music actually resets every time. But in POW, it didn't reset. A little bit of an interesting mechanic. Not really sure why they did it like that. Oh, so yeah, 3 midis at once, yeah. I am meaning to get a capture card. I've been meaning to do it for 7 months now. And I am going to send off my capture card before I go on holiday. So that it's sent off while I'm away. Gained a little bit of time on that Paper Dash 8 though. So this is Paper Dash Boss. So this is essentially just a Deathless boss for the medal. So what we're going to see is these little plus bits of paper coming down. They will demobilize you for about a second, I think. Or like 1.5 seconds. So I just hit the boss 5 times. So now what we need to do is hit the boss again. After 2 hits, you're going to get the yellow ink. But what we can do is we can actually hoard ink. We need to hit the ink on those crosshairs at the top there. But what we can do is we can just collect all 4 bits of ink, all 4 paint bottles. And yeah, so we can just hit him there. Actually, I think I missed that one. Might have missed that one. No, looks like we actually got the hit, actually. I thought I missed it, but apparently not. Yeah, so after 5 hits, we're going to go back on. And looks like I got the hit. Yeah, so it will cycle back to yellow, even though we don't need yellow anymore. But this is basically the quickest way of doing this boss. Ah, that's a shame. As long as we don't lose any... I don't get any game overs. Because a game over, although I will start again from the boss, and that is allowed on a... that is what would happen on a regular save file. You would actually start from the boss anyway. The boss itself counts as its own checkpoint. That's why the bosses are a bit less intimidating in this game than they would normally be if you would have to start from level 7 again. And, oh, I did not, yeah, didn't come up in time, unfortunately, that blue crosshair. But that is a relatively quick clear. Might even be an IL record. Most of these are my IL records in this run. So if I get time save after a world, it's pretty much a an IL record. So this is Ghost. So this looks like an auto-scroller. It pretty much is. But what we are also going to see is the only world where there's actually microphone controls. So you can blow with a microphone and it will activate these gold blocks. However, we're probably not going to do that too much. But what we can do, basically, if you get rid of all the gold blocks, you actually get the medal for the world. So we don't for the level. So you don't need to do that here. But what you can also do is use microphone controls to blow the ball back up. However, it's a bit janky. Sometimes it just doesn't work, especially on extra levels. I'm not sure if that was intended to not work on the extra levels, just to make it harder. But yeah, either way, it just doesn't work. So what you can also do is you can blow away enemies like ghosts. Ghosts will just sort of hold up the ball. There's some that will actually kill you, though, so you don't want to hit those. So here we actually can't hit this chest at the end until the camera has stopped moving. So this is the only part that makes this not an auto-scroller. So we need, I believe it's 8 hits might be, on this chest, and then it will complete the level. And that's pretty much it. So there's not really much time loss or time save to be had here. Even if you die, you actually start from where you lost. But the interesting thing is you have full control of the paddle in this area. Which, although it makes it look easy, it's quite precise and difficult to get around the obstacles sometimes. So it's not actually the easiest area. In fact, it's one of the most intimidating auto-scrollers I think I've ever faced in a game. And there are 9 of them. The boss actually is not an auto-scroller, and the boss is actually quite a nice boss. Actually one of the easiest bosses of the game. Yeah, so what you might also notice, we can actually touch blocks when they appear on the touchscreen. But we're not going to do too much of that. Unless they are in the paddle's way. Because if the paddle gets blocked off, that will also count as a death. Yeah, a little bit harder to control the paddle in this game compared to, in this area compared to paper. But that's because paper you can literally just draw a flat paddle. That's a shame, a little bit of time loss, but that's fine. So we basically just want to double tap in each area just to quickly start the movement. As long as you do 2 taps once the ball appears, ball and paddle, the game will instantly start, but otherwise it will take a few seconds to start. And that's the same after a death as well. I really want to read chat, but it's so hard to read chat during this game. I will catch up on that in a sec. I know you're talking about channel points. Yeah, really, really quick area here. But quite scary if you're after the medal, because you do need to hit those gold blocks, and they're actually never going to appear on the touchscreen. So you can't sort of cheese them by touching them rather than actually hitting them. And there are a couple of levels like this. I would say this is not the hardest one that does that sort of thing, though. There is an extra level after any percent that does that, and it's really annoying to deal with. There we go. A little bit more time loss. Oh, out of nowhere, channel points appeared. Nice. Yeah, that is weird that it didn't appear. That's all good now, though. Nice. Yeah, so what we could do is we could get those gold blocks there. But again, we don't need them for the medal. And I'm pretty sure this is another area where the boss medal is literally obtained by a deathless run. Blocking off the microphone using my my hand, a bit unfortunate sometimes. That's the only thing with this game, because it's all touch controls. Luckily, this is the only area with microphone. Gonna actually end up blocking off my my paddle there, but as long as you clear out those gold bricks, you're fine. Yeah, so these two enemies that were there that we blew away with the microphone, they would actually instantly kill the ball. And I believe they respawn if you lose a life. Even if that wasn't the reason you lost a life. So another interesting thing you can do, and I can probably demonstrate it at some point soon, it's sort of like momentum storage. So what you can do is you can hold the paddle, like here, you can hold the touch of the stylus here, and then you can move the paddle instantly off of that into... Well, that's annoying. You can move the paddle off of there instantly into the ball, and it will do a really fast movement. That works in a couple of areas. Not really very practical most of the time. But we will see it happen sometimes if absolutely necessary. But there's not really anything speed-wise I've been able to apply it to yet. Apologies, I should really not be talking as much in this area. Kind of annoying to deal with microphone as well. Need a name for them? Yeah, good point. I'm not very creative with names. I mean, it depends what you're having as your rewards. Oh, my bad. They actually don't kill the ball. They just hold the ball. Maybe that's useful. That actually kind of is useful. Unless they kill the ball after a while. I'm not sure. So the eyes also won't kill the ball. They'll just get in its way. But that's also not ideal. So here's the chest. Bit of an annoying one to get head on because it has these 4 bricks blocking the way. Can you get up there, please? So yeah, really kind of an annoying area to optimize in terms of an individual world. I probably will not be the person to optimize this, so it probably will never get optimized. Pretty much Deathless would also be quite helpful as well, of course. But the respawns are really quick in this game, as long as you don't die. I believe on one of these levels I actually did die, so we are going to save quite a lot of time. Also, I was sort of making up the rules in my head of what I wanted existing save to be, the rule set for. So I actually had a restart halfway through because I entered the wrong level, not knowing what my own rules were going to be. But that's because the leaderboards weren't set up on the day of my first run of this, but now they are. So yeah, again, very, very quick level here. Unfortunately, I'm on 2 lives now. If I was not on a completed save, I'd be on 1, which is quite scary. This is only Ghost-6 as well, so not ideal. Really need to get better at the Ghost levels, to be honest, because it's not good. Okay, that was janky. So that did not even hit anything there, and it just went straight down. Please don't die, please don't die. Okay, good. Not over yet, though. No, that's so janky. No! Oh, man. Okay, no, this is where I actually lost the time. So it's fine. That's so frustrating. Alright, I need to grind Ghost, apparently, which is literally an auto-scroller, but sure. Because I'm just that bad. Oh, my goodness. Okay, well, now I can just put it on the other side. I kind of hate this world, to be honest. I would not have died. I would not have lost there if it wasn't for that, that jank collision throwing me off. Like, the collisions on the blocks in this game just do whatever they want in this area. Really, really frustrating. Such a short level as well. Although I guess it's kind of nice to game over on a short level. I am still going to save time here. Yeah, there we go. Still saving time, it's fine. Technically going to be a Ghost LPB. Okay, this level's kind of annoying. I should not have auto-started there. Sort of went into autopilot. So because there are so many awkward and annoying obstacles in the way, especially these ones, I'm going to take a little while to get out. So you can actually use the gold blocks to your advantage, sort of, because it stops the ball from going back down again. Meanwhile, you have time to put your paddle in the middle of them. So you sort of use them to your advantage. Also, they give a little bit of insurance once you're already past the area, those gold blocks, if you're not actually clearing them out yourself. So this is a bit of an annoying area. We are past, though. I cannot get out of there, unfortunately. Gonna head out and see you. No worries, Maya. Thanks so much for stopping by. I've lost 4 lives here. Wow. Or 3 lives. 4 lives in total. No, don't do that. I'm going to game over again. Might even restart on the next level. So I don't game over, because this is so bad. Okay, yeah, I'm going to restart just so I've refreshed my 6 lives. Because I'm probably going to game over on this one or the next one. Really, all this comes down to is just having a deathless any percent. Like, I thought this would be way better today. I've been doing a lot of practice. Although my main practice was on the speed levels and the shoot levels. Speed, there's not really much to practice. It's quite linear. Not really much control of the ball, of the line. There's not even a ball on speed. It's more of a line than a ball. So you can actually tap the ghosts away and anything that may appear, but it's easier to just blow on the microphone. Oh, come on, get out. Get out of this area. Okay, so the bones are really not what you want to get stuck with, because they're annoying collisions. Should be the end of the level soon. Yeah, here we go. There we go. And actually didn't lose time. I must have game over there. I had the foresight to not do it again, though. Looks like I've got time to save from my first run of this, which was terrible. Looks like I've still got time to save. Having time to save in auto-scrollers seems really bad, but they're honestly harder than they look. They're auto-scrollers, but they're always making you think, so they don't feel like auto-scrollers ever, really. Like, there's no auto-scroller in this entire area that feels like it's boring, because there's so much to always be thinking about, and like where the ball's going and where to put your own paddle. Having free movement, any world that has free movement of the paddle would have incredibly creative IL strats, probably apart from Ghost, because Ghost has, you know, the auto-scroller element. Okay, so this is the boss. Really, really nice boss, actually. So you only need a certain amount of hits on the boss, and then it will split into 4. And then you need a certain amount of hits on all of them total. You don't actually need to hit all of them a certain amount of times. The hits are cumulative through all of the pieces of the boss. So we kind of want to get the ball up to the top, really, just to get quick hits. There you go. There's some quick hits there. Quite a hard one to optimize as well, actually, unless we found a decent setup for the ball to sit in. So the second phase is probably the easiest, just because there's really easy way to just get it in the middle. Or it's much easier to get it in the middle than it is to get at the top of the first phase. But I believe you get more spiked balls on the later phases as well. So although they look easier, the spiked balls do not make it easy. And that is the end of the world. So we are actually getting an ILPB by like a minute, even though that was terrible and it sucked. This is water. So, little bit of time save that we are going to get on most levels here that I did not actually get in my last run. So, the premise of this world, we need to save all of the water boys, as they are referred to in the game. That is their canonical name. What we need to do, though, is we actually need to lose one. And the moment you lose one, or the moment the last one falls, pretty much the level ends. But the level will not actually fade out to black until the submarine has reached the right side. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and get the submarine on the right side as much as possible. And pretty much as long as we've got a life left, as indicated in the bottom corner, we will be able to pretty much just sit on the right side, which is the fastest method. Another thing to note here, you can actually tap these things, these platforms, that are on the touchscreen, and that will be a valid... Sorry, there we go. That will be a valid way to make the platforms tip. But this is in fact more of a tedious area, I would say, than Ghost, because it genuinely feels like sometimes the levels are really annoying and just they're fairly simple, but they're kind of just annoying to deal with. Yes, you do have a little bit of control of the ball, but not really too much, especially when it gets to the top areas. You know, you gotta avoid a lot of these platforms just to get the ball up to the top, which is really frustrating. Yeah, it was not a good collision. So the submarine actually has different collisions for different parts of the submarine, and that's why you're seeing me try and use different parts of it to collide. But the end has really weird collision. The tail end of the submarine has really weird collision. Can you get up to the top? I've lost 20 seconds already. Oh my word. Get up to the top. That is not even going to get there, is it? Don't cancel them out. Please don't cancel them out. Okay, well, there's that one going. I need to get one of these, and then the rest I don't need to worry about. So as soon as you lose the third life, you will actually lose a life on the menu. And, I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory enough, but the medal in this area is, as it would only be, really, save all the water boys. So now, level 4, we're introducing new mechanics. There are these bricks you can destroy, and it will make water boys fall if there are any on them. For some reason, there's a paddle in the top left corner that has nothing on it. I don't know why. So another thing, if you do lose the ball while water boys are falling, they will actually either go to a platform or just disappear. But it will count as you saving them. So you can still get the medal, which is quite generous of the game. So we don't actually need to clear all of these bricks or anything. That is going to be weird. I don't know what's going to happen here. Yeah, so some of them are going to fall and some of them are going to have respawned there. Okay, so as long as I get both of these, we are going to be okay. It does mean we're going to get a bit of a slow clear here. But it is faster than losing a life. Okay, we're going from the wrong end of this. Actually, no, that's a good thing. Now we've started it off. Because now I can just be on the right side. I planned that. Although it would have been better because the water buy was on the left. So it would have been better for me to do that. But that's the next best thing, I guess. Nice little quick clear there. Yeah, I would probably say this is the most annoying area to optimize. So I will need to do some work on it, but it is kind of annoying. Although I can just tip this one down. And I will tip it to the right so that... I'll tip it so they're moving to the right. Just so it's as close to the end as possible. And we can lose those two. This should be an ILPD. Nice. And a massive time save. I lost loads there. Wow. Yeah, so the moment the platforms go in the water is when I can control where they're tilted to. So now I can move it to the water. But I'm going to tilt it the other way now. Because I don't want it to be pointing that way. I want it to be pointing to the right. I'm not too bothered about the other one. So we've still got a few here. The problem is they're all on the top platforms, which are hard to deal with. Another thing you might notice, the platforms, a really, really minor thing, so it probably won't get caught up on the capture card, but the platforms do actually stabilize over time if the ball has not hit them in a while. So you do actually want to keep on tapping them. Theon, with the almost win, would be very awkward in an MBD run. I cannot look at... I cannot do the mini deal or no deal in an MBD run. That is literally impossible. You know what? We're going to make them fall the other way because they're already tipping that side, and we don't need to get them. Really, really slow level. Lots of optimization to be had on level 7 there. Oh, sorry, level 6 there. I would say there's probably at least like 2 or 3 minutes for me to save in this entire world if I work out decent setups and optimizations and ways of operating the sub, because even just learning general ways of operating the sub would help. Or movement of the submarine, because it's really, really janky. Okay, so another thing this area introduces is sharks now. Now we're on level 7. As long as we just tap them, they will disappear. And they will only appear once or twice on a level. However, if they run into a water boy at any point, they will instantly kill them. So we want to get rid of them. Hopefully that gets it. No, it doesn't, unfortunately. Oh, it's out of control for ages now. I did it at a really bad angle. Okay, maybe that does it. No. Go back up. No, that's so slow. I hate this. The angles you get in this area are so bad sometimes. Okay, that should do it. We are sorted from there. Yeah, so I'll tip it to the left, just so it falls quicker. And that is that done. A little bit of time loss, unfortunately. So we should get another shark here. We do want to get rid of those 3 really quickly. The moment the shark appears, it will just instantly make you lose a life. If we don't deal with it effectively. You know what, I'll tank the 2 lives, that's fine. This could actually be hard to get this clear. Okay, no. Yeah, it depends. We should be okay, though. Actually, kind of an annoying thing of going fast in this area. Because you've got so many to deal with at once. To save at once. So I will need to save all of these. But we can use the far end of the sub to be as far right as possible. And that will be another ILPB. Very nice. Instant shark, which we will get rid of right there. And quite a lot of these water boys on this starting platform already taking 2 deaths, which is not ideal. But not really much I could do there unless I lost the ball. To be honest, losing the ball, if you're going for medals, is actually worth doing. Because that's very lucky. I don't know how I didn't lose a life there. Because losing the ball actually will not affect your medal requirement of saving all the water boys. You don't actually need to save the ball to get that requirement. You just need to save the water boys. So I'm going to clear these out as well. Why not? Okay, that is going to get that. Very nice. Okay. You might also notice, very, very minor thing, but the ball actually goes way quicker when it's out of water. So you want to clear the level quickly, if possible, so the water doesn't rise too much. That's massive. Okay, so this is another boss that's actually relatively easy at the start. However, it does get a little bit harder. So basically, these tentacles will have, of the Kraken, will have hitboxes. And the ball can actually get hit by them once. If it goes near them when they are orange. But basically, if they're moving, and you hit them with your mover, or with your paddle, whatever it is, it will actually make you lose a life. And that's the only way to lose a life in this. Actually, no. You can lose the ball, of course. And that'll also make you lose a life. Yeah, so really, really slow starting phase. Basically, you just want to get past that as quick as possible. Luckily here, we don't actually need to get all of these bubbles completed. We want to keep the ball up as much as possible, though. The ball is quite slow in this fight, though, unfortunately. But after a while, we're going to get 6 tentacles on the screen, and the side ones are actually really hard to deal with because they have massive ranges of being able to hit you. Massive, massive ranges. So we should be on the 6th one soon. There we go. And the music is also dynamic in this area, which we all love. But after a while, we are actually going to get the clear. The ball got stuck there, unfortunately. Ooh, that was very close to a death. And it looks like we cleared it. Very, very slow. But that is the only one that's a bit less tedious to deal with. Not really completely untedious, but there you go. Anyway, this is speed, and before we get into this area, I'm giving a headphone warning in advance. If you can hear the audio of the game, please do not wear headphones for the boss. It is terrible. The audio is terrible. They did not convert it to the DS well at all. So please take off your headphones for the area. You will not miss out on much. It is awful. There is probably nothing worse on the DS than this boss music. Again, the original is not great. It sort of fits the vibe of the area, but it's still not great. But yeah, they really didn't convert it well. And I actually was running the game on Monday. I was actually running the game on Monday without audio as well. You can't hear the game. Excellent. Well, you probably will hear it in a minute. I mean, I can turn up the audio. I can turn up the audio right now. But I'm going to turn it down when we get to the boss, because it's probably going to break my speakers. You probably heard that. That was very obnoxious as well. So we do actually need to clear those things to clear the area. One key thing with this area, though, where you do have a little bit of control, if you want the line to go a decent or a different direction than it is right now, you can actually hit it with the side of the paddle, and it will sort of go seemingly random, but there is a little bit of control to it. Really, really hard to control, but yeah. So I am actually getting these power-ups. Although it slows us down, it doesn't slow us down for very long. It will speed us back up pretty much straight away. And it saves us from losing as many lives as normal. Plus, you can get some power-ups which do that, which pretty much takes a layer off every brick. That's another gold. Very nice. Proving the practice has paid off in this area, I think. Oh, did not want to start there, unfortunately. Yeah, so these green ones have really weird sort of collision. Oh, I did it again. Oh, never mind. We got the power up. Very cool. That's a nice IL. Unfortunately, the boss isn't as quick as these levels are indicating. I'm trying to work out decent setups for the boss. Just so we can get as many pieces of the boss cleared out as early as possible. Because that would speed him up. Should get all three there. Ah, just two of them. That's fine. Okay, fine. Cool. For the connoisseurs, no. Have you not found... No. Have you gone and found boss... Have you gone and found the speed boss music? I need to recognize the URL. It's terrible. Do not listen. It's so bad. I'm assuming that's what it is. I can't click on it right now, but it's really bad. That's why I'm not requiring game audio. I would genuinely accept a run if it doesn't include game audio for the boss. Like, I'm allowing it. No one needs to hear that. It's so bad. Unspeakably bad. We are close to it. I mean, I'm going to hear it and you lot ain't. I'm surprised it never broke my speakers as a kid, because genuinely, it's not good. Okay, what is happening here? I am doing so bad. Okay, there we go. That took me 34 seconds, 35. Wow. Terrible. Yeah, so another area where the music doesn't actually... or carries over between stages. Yeah, so again, this is another area where if you are deathless on a level, it will give you the medal. So an optimal run really would actually get all the medals as well in this world. In fact, to do an IL of this run where you don't get the medal, you would actually have to deliberately lose a life, which is quite funny. There we go. I'm losing so much time where I shouldn't be. Okay, that should do it. Nice one. That's a good IL. Yep, here we go. And I forgot to do a decent setup. So this boss, if you can hear me, because I can't really hear myself talk very well, I'm so glad you can't hear it, to be honest. You can live in peace for another day, unless you clicked on that video. Yeah, so it does actually fade out for some of it, but then it just comes back even worse. So you want to clear this boss as quick as possible. But basically, we just need to clear out all of the pieces of his face. But if we don't collect one of these blue crystals, basically these red spike things can kill you. But you don't actually need to get these blue things. At least I'm pretty sure. It's been a while since I got the medal for this one. Actually, I need to turn down my audio, because it's going to break my speakers. Oh, it's honestly, I don't know how to describe it. It's definitely the track of all time. And as I say, the original isn't great, but it's at least better than this. Okay, that was a pretty quick clear, though. Very nice. We are saving a lot of time. So, switch. This is an area where we will need to switch the colour of the ball based on the last brick we hit. So, if we hit a blue, then it's going to change to blue. We hit the blue thing in the corner, it's going to change everything to blue. Now, these circle things that we're hitting as well, if we hit them enough times, an exclamation mark will appear and we actually get the medal because fruits have fallen. And that's the requirement for the medal. But what also happens is if you are, if it's blue and the colour of your paddle is yellow at the time, or vice versa, if it's the wrong colour, it will actually reset the counter. So, some levels is actually relatively hard to get the medal. Also, some are quite hard to clear, quite hard to get the medal requirement before clearing the level. But we are also going to need to clear out these teal and pink things as well. But you don't need them. You don't need it to be a certain colour to clear them. So an interesting thing as well you might notice, the things on the left and right that change the colour of the paddle actually have collision as well. So you can sort of use them to your advantage if you really thought of a unique way of doing it. But there's not really many ways. So this is sort of a hard level to clear and get the medal requirement for. Or get the medal requirement before clearing it. Just simply because you don't get to the top where the circle objects are for ages. Why do the yellow ones look like pups? They actually kind of do. Yeah, this game's really bizarre. I don't know. All the things in this game just sort of exist because they can. Like, this was the devs' first game. So, in respect to that, they had to deal with, like, the DS sound chip. So, yeah, we didn't get the medal there, but it doesn't matter. They had to deal with the DS, like, sound font in their first ever game that they made. So, like, credit to them, because it's hard to deal with, but, like, you know, they could have done better in some places. It's literally just speed that converted badly. All of the rest is okay. Probably going to get the medal here. Oh, I reset the counter. Rip. Really hard to actually change it instantly, because if you're just going for the lucky that hit the color changer. Because if you're not going for the medal, you only really need to worry about the color of the paddle when it's near the paddle. But obviously, if you're going for the medal, you need to be aware of it at all times so it doesn't reset the counter of the thing. Not really much control of the ball in this area, unfortunately, so your starting position is very important. And that's kind of why I need to work out some setups for this area, because it's looking very inconsistent right now. So this is one of the first levels which is kind of hard to clear just because of the bricks auto-scrolling. There are some that are worse than this. I believe there's like one in the any percent run that's really bad. But we're hoping to just get past this relatively quickly. They are on the screen for a lot longer than they are on the next level. That's a shame. Actually, that's not terrible, because now we can just wait and then instantly get the block. That's not the worst strat in the world. You do tank a death, but it's fine. Oh, I tried to get through. Tried to get through early. That's a shame. Want to try and stay up on the top. Nice medal. Literally just got it for free. I am dropping frames again. Stop. I'm gonna have to reject my own video. That should do it. There we go. Yeah, so here is that was clutch. Here is another area. In fact, this is the area in any percent that is really hard to deal with. That was very nice, actually. Because the rotation area is so wide, or the time it takes for a block to go back on screen again is so long, and you don't get long to hit it either. It's actually a really annoying area to deal with. In fact, that's why it took me 2 minutes in my PB, and almost 2 minutes in my gold. This is definitely the area you want to optimize, or the level you want to optimize in this world. So as you can see, bottom block is going to go on the screen, going to be on the screen for like half the time, and then disappear again. And the top ones are even worse. That might clear out one of the blocks. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it'll clear 2 of them. That's nice. Yeah, so they're all annoyingly in the same sort of group. So they're all just on the screen and then disappearing. Really just highlights how long they take to go back on. Ah, that was the perfect spot. That's where they spawn. Oh, I thought we were going to get 2 there. Yeah, really, really annoying. Come on, get another one. Yes, nice, okay. Okay, so if I can get... Please, give me another one. Yes! Get them both. No! That's annoying. And we're not going to get the other one either. No. Probably another really tedious level. Probably like contender for top 5 most tedious in the game. No, it's not going to do it. Oh, it's going to miss it again. Are you kidding me? There's literally nothing I can do. And we're actually taking even longer than I did before. Come on, give that one. Thank you. Please, 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 please. I cannot stand being here anymore. That's such a bad IL. Can't believe my first ever run, which was literally, like, blind. I had not played the game in ages at that run. And it still is my gold for now. I don't even know how long exactly it took me because I'm doing the IL timings differently. So you don't have to do the annoying mash through the menu in an optimized IL run. I'm starting it from like... the timing starts for an IL where you press let's go in the menu, or if it's the boss where you just press OK. Actually, no, sorry, I'm wrong. I'm stupid, that's Worlds. Levels is where the frame where the ball starts moving and ends on where it stops moving, where you lose control of the ball, or whatever it is you're controlling. I'm actually thinking I might not have enough time to finish this run. I was kind of thinking I was going to PB by a lot more than this, but like at least 10 minutes. If I don't have time to finish the run, I've at least got some world ILs in. Because if I didn't do a full run, I would have just done world ILs. So this was still worth doing. But I really just wanted to get some more runs in before I send off my DS for a capture card. Or before I go on holiday as well. Because I like this game and I want more runs to be on the leaderboard. I want to... Before I'm done with the game, I want to at least get a full run of every category on the leaderboard. So there's, what, 6 long ones on the main board, and then there's also extra levels, which can just be part of an all levels run. And there's also... I mean, technically I can do all levels and count those as any percent runs as well. So there's 3 subcategories for any percent, 3 for all levels... Seriously? There's 3 for... sorry, no. I'm wrong. 3 for 80%, 3 for all levels. And then there's extra levels, all bosses, which I've already done a run offline of, and shuffle mode. So shuffle mode is kind of a meme. It's literally just pure RNG of the stages you get, but it's basically... You get 5 lives, and you have to clear 5 stages at random, and that can include boss levels as well, as quick as possible. And I did a run in like 4 minutes offline, which is really good. I got 2 paper levels, which is incredibly lucky. In fact, I don't know why I did shuffle offline, because I knew I was going to get God RNG, and then just like never bop it. When I'm going to need video proof now. Plus, I'm not going to submit those anyway because, like, it wasn't precise timing. I was splitting on mobile, and splitting in a game like this is already not going to be that precise because of where the timings end. This should be free time save. Come on. Get them both. Get them both. Ah. Literally, the only way of controlling the ball is to... use the side of the paddle, which is so hard and so risky. Okay, so this is the boss. So it's a very, very quick boss, actually. what we are trying to do is change all of them to the same colour. So it can be either colour. Looks so easy, but it's so easy to just mess it up. Because there's such a small area between the... No! No! Oh my goodness. That might work, actually. Yeah, it did. Lucky. Nice. That was a really quick ending. But it doesn't end for ages because it falls for like 5 seconds. The guy was saving. And that's it. So this is Shoot. This is another area I've been practicing. This is another full control area, which I love. So I actually did a couple of all levels ILs the other day, or individual worlds. And it went pretty well, actually. So hopefully we do quite well here. The goal is to get all the green energy orbs, but the medal requirement is to destroy all the grey boxes. So this is one of the, actually a really early level where it's kind of hard to get all the energy boxes before clearing all of the green blobs. Really nice there. Nice IL. And that was already quite a nice IL in the last run. Yeah, so I do actually want to start off on the right here. And we are getting momentum storage on this level as well, because you sort of stick to that block there. Another thing you can do if you hold the... if you hold your mover still for a while, you will actually get a laser beam, which will stop the ball from moving. Which you do want. Very nice to get that. No, that's a shame. I did not even know there were any actually still on there. Yeah, so there's also one shooting power-up in each area. This is so bad. I've lost 4 lives on one thing. My goodness. Skill issue. So bad. And I'm almost saving time here. Or not losing much time. Probably going to have to restart now. One of these just to refresh the lives. So this is one of the quickest ILs in the game. You can probably get a setup with this level that clears it in one go. Literally before you've even moved the ball. So by the IL timings being where the ball starts moving, there is probably an optimal IL time that we're going to hit eventually. Which is quite funny. It's going to become like the B-movie credits warp speedrun, where there's like loads of people tied for the same timing. A man can dream of his speed game being so popular. Anyway, this is bad. Oh my goodness, get up there. There you go. Wow, that's bad. That should be an instant clear of like a 2 hits and done affair. I should mention as well, you don't actually need to clear out these enemies that shoot at you to get the medal requirement. But they do make the level a lot easier. Don't go back up there. Oh, okay. You're going to go back down now. Alright, I'm going to get this, and then I'm going to refresh the level, because I'm probably going to lose. Get a game over otherwise. I can actually clear out the blocks with the shooting thing as well. Another thing to note, the shooting power-up is always in the same grey block. So that's another thing you can do to have consistency. We love consistency. I love the fact that it's not random. There's enough things that feel random in this game. Shuffle mode. One day I'm just going to get a 5 paper level IL of shuffle. Or 5 paper level shuffle run. That's going to be very funny. Not for anyone who wants to be it, though. Alright, so here we're just going to go straight to the top. Or we're not, apparently. Oh, we're going to try and go to the top. Another thing is we can't actually get the laser beam until like 10 seconds into the level. One other thing to note, if I moved the laser beam all the way to the right, it will actually sort of glitch the ball in place, so the ball sort of like collides with the wall. It's a really weird thing that happens. No, that's a shame. I had a feeling that was going to happen. It's fine. Lost a lot of time to that though. So if I was on level 1, 4, or 7, or the boss, I could have just pressed retry. But because I wasn't, I have to go back in the menu. So I do really want to kill that one. That is the main annoying thing to deal with on this level. No! Okay, you just got there. Yeah, so there's the momentum storage I was talking about. The ball just sort of almost looked like it teleported at this frame rate to the top of the level. Really, really... this is probably the biggest example of momentum storage in the entire game. Or wall momentum storage, to be more precise. To explain exactly where it comes from. So this is actually really hard to kill this enemy in this area. Sometimes I just will not kill the enemy. Did manage to get it there, but because it's got such a small hitbox and it is not as clear as things like the aircraft to see where it's flashing white and clearly getting hit. Whereas with that, it's literally light blue, so it's very hard to see whether it's getting hit or not. Come on, there you go. Really bad area here, actually. Done a lot of IO practice for this, and it's not going too great, unfortunately. So this is another one that's quite hard to see, but you can just sit in the same place, and it will always just hit it. Gonna get rid of a few of those grey blocks. Really should have prioritised those over the enemy, really. So I'm going to actually get the laser beam just to sort of move the ball to where I want it to go. Yeah, so now we sort of forced it to go down. Nice one. Little IL gold there as well. Get up there. Thank you. Probably not going to get any kills here. Yeah, I kind of forgot that goes really far. Got it on like the last bullet though. Very nice. Although the green one's still kind of hard to deal with. Another case of weird collisions in this game because they are... There's circular, like, things against the wall, which kind of gets the ball stuck sometimes. So this is the boss. Basically, we just need a certain amount of hits on each thing that has a target on it. And then it will unlock the next phase. And there are 4 phases to this boss, so it's quite a long boss. Hopefully we can get this without any game overs, because last time we lost a lot of time here, because I actually got right to the end and got a game over. So yeah, really, really quick phase there if you get the ball stuck on the wall. And another relatively quick phase here, as long as you can always hit that. And then here, the... boss has a massive hitbox, so we should be able to get hits most of the time. And if I keep going at this speed, we might actually save about 2 minutes here. So you really want to just be on the boss at all times. And you want the ball to be in the air at all times, so you don't have to go out of the way of the boss. And that is it, and that is an ILPB by a long way. So this is Curve. We're coming near the end of the game. This is the the penultimate full area of the game. And what we're going to see is we need to clear all of these bricks. And then the hole will open up. So right now it's covered by a leaf on holes 1 to 3. Or holes. I guess stages, but they're also holes, I guess. So the medal is... basically collect all the things. So in the standard golf stage, you want to collect all of the flags. So you also kind of have a little bit of control of the ball. It's not anything like I would say paper, where it's really good control of the ball. But you do still have a decent amount of control. So yeah, quite a nice hitbox on the hole there as well. quite useful on the later stages where it's a little bit harder to hit. So quite generous in that if you miss the ball, you can just drop below it as long as the ball isn't going too fast, because it is relatively slow in this area. Little bit of momentum storage on that brick there. I guess it's not even wall momentum storage because you can get it from anywhere. Oh, my bad. I was lying earlier. There's microphone controls here to blow the gate. Oh, I missed it. Missed the hole. That's a shame. Oh, come on. Really? There you go. That was really annoying. That should have been way quicker than that. Little bit of time save, though. And yeah, another area where, unfortunately, the music doesn't loop for some reason. Hey, Oru, how you doing? Good to see you. Oh, missed the ball. Very generous there again. Loads of time to react to missing the ball. And yeah, nice. The hill's actually getting in the way there. Nice quick clear. So this area now is the breakfast table. And similar to the hills on the golf stages, here the plates and stains or splashes really of eggs, I don't know what they are, will stop the ball. I don't know why, but there's nothing to blow out of the way. Yeah, so this is actually one of the levels where you want to clear all of the things before you clear all of the blocks. Whoops, I split at the wrong time there and still got a gold. Lol. Yeah, so interesting thing here, what you can do is you can actually just power through stacks of blocks. I actually kind of didn't really demonstrate it there. But if you go from the bottom up, the blocks will basically just disappear and the ball won't actually collide with them because you're boosting the ball with the paddle. Or here, the croissant. You can tell the developers are French. And we're not going to get it there, but what we can do is we can do a rebound. Hopefully get the ball in. There we go. Nice, generous hitbox, as we see. That was pretty much on the cusp, though. Yeah, so powering through those blocks, very important to do. Oh, I got storage. I got block storage. I launched the ball up to the top and threw myself off. Croissant moment. Yeah, this is definitely a really weird game. Actually kind of annoying hole to clear here. We're going to try and go around the plates so quickly that they can't really stop the ball. There you go, like that. Maya with the raid. Oh my goodness, hi. Hi again. iOS and MIDI, he, him pronouns. We're doing Nervouce Brickdown. This is a game nobody else has ever run. If you've got a DS and a few quid, get it from your local electronics store. Or probably not a local one, because it's probably not all got one. But I know you can get one delivered in this country for pretty cheap. How were the runs? I'm assuming you were doing runs, Maya. If so, what were you doing? Also, all sports went really well yesterday as well. Was it yesterday? Might have been the day before. I lose track of days now. Yeah, Wii Sports Resort All Sports is something I used to run. Like, one of my first ever speed games, actually. And, I had not gotten a time like that. And I ran it for a decent amount of time as well. I didn't do the full file setup, but I did a decent run of it. And still couldn't get anywhere near that. Actually, no, I did get near it, but you're literally running it for, like, the second time. So, yeah, really well done. Yeah, so you actually kind of have to wait. You can't blow early to keep the UFOs out of the way. You actually have to blow once they start moving again. There we go. Come on. There you go. Hey, Jules. How you doing? Surprise. What a lovely surprise. Oh yeah, I didn't speak about this area. So this area is the space area. The planets have massive gravitational or I guess, gravitational stuff going on. Sort of repelling you pretty quickly. What we can do, though, is we can actually go through the stones. So we don't need to worry about falling back down. However, there it was a bit awkward, so I just did it anyway. Nice one. Didn't get any runs better than a 4:18. However, on Friday I'm going to do beat all champions, which will be way cooler. Nice. What are you going to be running at in? Oh, the thing went blurry. No, come back. There you go. I was focused on the camera. Whoops. I don't know how long that's been like that. I hope it's not been like that for long, because that's not good for the video proof. Yeah, so this boss, pretty much you just want to avoid the spiky things, not like what I did there. And if you go deathless again, you will get the medal. Of course, here the medal doesn't matter, so we don't really need to restart. But some of them, it's pretty much random, so you just want to go with the flow and just avoid them as much as possible. Practice makes perfect on a stage like this. Good thing is you don't just get 3 balls, you get like 5 or 6 on each cycle before it gives up. So hopefully we can 3-cycle. It's usually pretty easy to 3-cycle. You have to mess up quite a lot to not 3-cycle. But it's possible. Oh, that was really rough. That was kind of annoying to dodge those. Okay, so we are on this phase now anyway. And that is the world done. Very consistent. So, this is one of the longest worlds in the game. So, as you can see, this is completely different to what we've seen already. So we have 2 phases. One of them is the jumping at the top, which we are seeing. Now, this world took me 22 minutes on its own last time. And there is a reason for that. It is very annoying, and I had not played the levels in a while. Now, what happens, basically... if I fall onto the spikes or get hit by an enemy, which will be appearing on some of the levels, the ball will restart at the bottom. But what will also happen, the blocks will not reappear. They will stay where they are. So you can sort of use them as an IL strat. You can use deaths as an IL strat to, if you were really stuck, to get the ball back, really. But as you can see, it's a really consistent area. We are, however, going to see 2 at once on most of the levels now. Basically all of them. Here, there are no spikes, and the only reason we would need to jump is to get these coins, which gives us the medal. However, here, we're not going for the medal, so we're not going to do that. We're not going to do anything we don't need to risk. You might also notice there is no life system compared to the normal life system. Normally, we have 6 lives. Here, we have 4 lives. So pretty much how it works is slightly different. You lose all your lives, and then you have no lives, and then you lose another life. That's when you game over. The reason why this took me so long in my first run, my offline run, is because I was doing new game, which is basically if you get a game over, you restart at the nearest checkpoint, which is at levels 1, 4, and 7. And this world is incredibly hard. I actually only just 100%ed the game the other day just because of Retro. Because there are actually some bonus levels you unlock after any percent, which you have to clear all in one go with no game overs. And there's 5 levels in that collection. Of course, normally you have 6 lives, but here you only have 4. So the hardest world in the game, made even harder by having 2 less lives. It's very hard. And if I do an extra levels run one day, or if I do an all levels run, it will demonstrate just how hard those levels are. once you've cleared the levels, you can restart from the checkpoint. So you can just sort of do the levels individually. Or, sorry, not restart from checkpoint. You can do the levels individually rather than having to restart from the beginning again. So you can basically just get any medals that you might have missed. Another interesting thing we can do with the ball here, and I'm going to demonstrate all the bottom one because it's moving towards one single brick. What you can do is you can actually hit it with the side of the paddle and it will make the ball move slower and also at a really weird angle. So I'm not sure if that was intended by the devs, but that's the only element of control you have in this entire area. Apart from you can make the ball go in the other direction, which will basically just reverse the angles you're doing. Like if you've made progress towards something and then you suddenly make it go the other direction, you're having to wait for ages. So you don't really want to do that for the most part. You might have some situations where you want to do that though. I'm thinking if I just do one more in the same direction, we're going to be okay. Yeah, this should clear it now. Nice one. Not sure how I lost so much time. Oh my goodness, the frames! Stop dropping frames! Yeah, so actually really consistent setup there. You can just go to the corner of the top one and it will guarantee that it does the janky angle. The jangle. Definitely not making this up as I go now. But you can also sort of drag the ball along with you if you really wanted to. And that's another way you kind of have control in this area, but I've not really worked out any setups for it yet. But if you wanted, you could drag the ball as long as it's in the same direction for a while if you're doing the janky angle. It's probably something to demonstrate in an IL because it's kind of hard to explain without actually doing it. Kind of like that, but because the ball went in the wrong direction, it didn't actually move it. And I failed to do it there as well. Another thing I should mention, if you are going for the medal, you need to get all of the collectibles, but if you die, you actually have to get them all again. Which makes this level even harder to 100%. Because that's amazing. So we are actually losing our first life there. However, here it's not too detrimental. I mean, there's only one thing to collect, and we don't need the medal anyway. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, I'm not going to risk it anymore with the medal thing. Okay, barely jumped in time. So many things to focus on there. It's very, very hard. You sort of have to preemptively put the paddle in the right position as well. And I saved a lot of time there. I can't remember if this is one where I can actually just not do anything. This looks like the same layout as one of the extra levels, actually. I remember doing this same setup for the extra levels the other day. Yeah, so interesting thing about this, we're now seeing some levels where it is open. So you can actually end up with the balls on the same side sometimes. Which can help, but also you're going to end up with needing to get onto the other side eventually. Really nice collisions there with the top left ball. Sometimes you can hit the corner of a box and it will just keep on making the ball go up, down, and then get a load of boxes at once. Whereas the intended way is just to get one or two at a time, as per normal breakout style. Like that. Yeah, that's going to clear it though. So that's really nice. Really quick clear. Oh, that's an amazing setup. Okay, so I actually managed to get two of those right from the get-go. You might be noticing, how do you get that collectible at the top screen? It's really hard to get that. Really precise angle, actually. You have to leave it really late to get that power-up, because if you leave it too late, you're going to fall in the pit. Sorry, no, you're not going to fall in the pit. You're going to get hit by the enemy. But if you do it too early, then you're not actually going to get the collectible. So if we were going for medals, it's actually a really hard one to do, and you have to be very precise to get it. Kind of want to make the ball go in that direction again. That's a shame. Okay, I'm going to go there now. No, I did it wrong. Oh, no, I did it right. Nice, we're going to get loads there. Got three of them. Three of them in one go. Okay, so after this level, I think I'm going to deliberately die. Good thing is we are coming up to level 7, so as long as I get there, we are actually going to instantly restart from level 7, so I won't need to go in the menu. Given that I complete this level, because it's not free. This is far from free. There's only one ball. Which, although is easier to control, does mean you've got to deal with the pits for longer. Does make the level take a lot longer. And this level looks like it took me 5.5 minutes the other day. So, not ideal. And as we see, the wall does drop down sometimes as well. And the ball speeding up because we cleared a certain amount of boxes. Is the wall going to reappear here? This is going to be really interesting. How many are we going to get for this? 2. Oh, it went above. That's a shame. It didn't actually collide. Okay, so I'm actually going to make it go the other direction. No, it didn't work out. That's a shame. Hopefully we at least get that box, though. Probably not. No, we're just going to miss it. Oh, no, we did get it. Nice. We got 3 of them in one there. I'm going to do the same again. Hopefully that clears at least 1. Oh, that's cool. That is sick. Yes, thank you. Wow. Okay, yeah, I think it's just quicker for me to do this. So I'm going to die. I'm going to get the coin in. And we're going to start again. And we are on level 7 already. So, this is the moon. Or anti-grav, I guess. I assume it's the moon. It is a spaceman. But, yeah, it's basically low gravity. Not anti-gravity. What am I talking about? Mario Kart. Yeah, it's low gravity, so it makes the jumps really annoying and awkward to time. That was really annoying. Both of those were there at the same time. That's kind of also why you want the janky angle, because it stops things like that happening as often. If the janky angle is happening, then you're not really going to get that as much. Although at the same time, it would have been ideal to have one ball on either side rather than both on the same. See here, this is what you want, where they're sort of alternating the point they're reaching a grey area. Okay, I want to get the angle. Yes, janky angle. Yeah, get that janky angle. Nice one. Okay, I think janky is actually not going to help here, though. Unless I get it again. No. The only problem with janky angle is it now takes ages for the ball to come back to the next paddle. But it does mean you have more control, so it is worth it in the long run, really. Nice, clear. We are getting IL PBs for days, by the way. This is really good. So we are actually coming up to the end of the run. We are going to get a massive PB. It didn't look like it at the start of the run, but we might get a massive PB. Retro is the last world, and then we have the end, which is the final boss fight. So this part is actually kind of annoying to do quickly, because the bottom right box will actually not despawn until you've cleared all of the white boxes before that. Although it doesn't really take long to get rid of those 4 once it's unlocked. But it's just annoying that you got to wait. That should get a couple there. Might be quite nice. Yep, got 2 of them. Nice one. That's actually really good that I got reverse angle there. Nice. Really annoying to time that, but we got it. Okay, so we are going to unlock that. Get janky angle if I'm close to it, and then hopefully it will clear out some for free. There you go. Oh, if I got janky, it would have cleared it. Yeah. Not a gold, but it's fine. So this is an interesting one. It's completely open. However, now the jumps are really annoying to time. So what you can do is you can actually move the one of the paddles to move both of them, which kind of makes movement a little bit easier in this area. We are going to need to do the jumps so that we do 2 jumps. You can't actually skip over one of those gaps. And also there's a little delay between landing and being able to jump again. So that's why I'm doing it kind of early. Really, really annoying level, actually. They stuck the hardest one last. And in an NG run, this is very, very difficult. So if you don't practice this level, you can really get stuck. Okay, well that's annoying. So now we've got no balls in the right spot. Actually, a death was good there to drop the wall down again. did not really think of that. That kind of made sense to do. I planned it. It was intentional. I did it. I did it deliberately. Stay up there. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so now I can just sit back, apart from jumping. So, this is the boss. It's basically if a 3D thing comes out of the bottom or middle pipes, you have to do a jump. And that's it. That's the whole boss. And then once you clear all of the boxes, the room explodes. And the guy just despawns. Yeah. And apparently that's clearing the boss. We don't actually know if he survives. I'm also on no lives, so I kind of want to clear this now. No! I gotta restart. That's fine. It's only the boss. It's all good. Oh, for goodness sake. Gonna actually lose lives on the boss. What the heck? I should be done with this by now. What am I doing? I am losing time. Okay, so now they're basically the same ball. Okay, now they're not. Cool. Yeah, so as long as you've got your eye in the corner of the top screen, you should be good. But the jumps are relatively precise. Or not precise, but just doesn't really give you much time to react to them sometimes. Also panicking because the top one appears and it literally means nothing. I'm not sure if the pipes are RNG or not. They might even be RNG. Maybe they would just be easier if they spawned at the top all the time. Although it wouldn't actually save any time, it would just make it easier for me. Okay, so none of those are going to get the clear. Might be worth taking a death just to not deal with this. Never mind, it's going to clear it. And that is the boss. We are coming up to the final boss now. We're probably going to get a sub 140 here. So, this is the final boss. That was a really quick starting cutscene clear. Basically, you have to hit 3 layers of bricks there, and I look like I just skipped one of them. Like, I hit 2 of them at once, pretty much. So this is the final boss. We want to just do what is intuitive on every stage. So here we have a gun. We want to just shoot. And that's it. I don't really have splits for this. Although I could kind of have splits for it. But I've counted it as its own level. All in one. Quite interesting to do ILs of. Especially this part. So basically, the harder you hit the boss with, the more hits of damage you're going to do. So we can actually do 6 hits. Wow, that might be a PB, actually. I don't think I've ever done 6 in one. But yeah, you might be noticing sometimes you're actually not getting any. And sometimes you're just going to get loads. Pretty nice clear, although it did take a while for the ball to fall back down again sometimes. I would love to get sub 135, by the way. I don't think it's going to happen. No, don't lose cycles. Yeah, so here you just want to be on the boss at all times. Or where the boss is going to spawn. And the cycles work so that you can always hit the boss. Also, direct hits do more. I forget that happens. Actually, maybe they don't. Maybe they don't. I'm not sure how this works. I need to experiment more with this level. I really know nothing about it. I mean, I've only played this a handful of times in my life. Because normally I used to play the game and then reset my data. Or I used to play the game, not play it again, and then next time I play it will be like when I got a 3DS. Which was new data. Yeah, so here we just want to get the anvil locked onto him. Yeah, we're not going to get sub 135. That was pretty unrealistic. You can actually get hits as well. If you get direct hits, that also counts. I need to be careful, by the way. There are only 2 lives left. This is really scary now. Nice, okay. Do not want to have to restart this boss. Very slow if I have to restart this boss. Yeah, so here you just want to basically be chilling from left side to right side, because you will always alternate. It's relatively random where he's going to appear, but yeah, as long as you're alternating left to right and you sort of home in on him when he's near, it's a very quick area, really. This should be the last bit where you can actually lose a life. Because the last part is where you just poke him. Okay, I need to make sure the ball stays up as well. Nice, you want the ball to be going at that angle. Although eventually in this game the ball will just come back down again. I'm really worried I'm going to lose a life. I need to stop being worried about that. Oh, maybe I should. Okay, no, this is the last bit, I'm pretty sure. If that's the last bit, then we're fine anyway. We're losing a bit of time on the end. That's a shame. I'm hoping that's the last bit. I forget. Yes, it is. So timing ends on the final hit here. When the screen has 0 bullets. And that is it. That is the run. GG. 136.44. Massive PB. Yeah, so that's Nervouce Brickdown. Really nice PB, actually. Wow. I mean, considering where I practiced in shoot, and I saved, like, the free time save I had. I actually lost time in the first 9 levels, and the boss I literally lost right at the end and got a game over, so I had to start again. Really not ideal boss fight to lose, or to get a game over on. Losing a lot of time on the end. Maybe I do need to practice that a little bit. I think I mainly just panicked. Mainly just panicked, really. From being on 2 lives. Being on 1 life in the end. Because there you don't get your bonus life. Because there are no collectibles in that area. The way you get your bonus life on an existing file is getting collectibles. So, like, on the power levels, when you clear a brick, it counts 1 towards your total. And if you get a certain amount of total points from, like, playing the game over and over, you get power-ups like being able to start from any level you like and having 6 hearts instead of 5. But yeah, that was pretty fun. It's kind of difficult to sit at this angle for ages and have the DS in a static position for the janky setup I've got to record this. I mean, I've got like 12 Wii games stacked up just to record this. But yeah, it went really well. I mean, there's still a lot of time to save in some places, especially Switch. Switch went really bad. But we did actually stay in the green for basically the whole run, which is really cool. But yeah, that's the credits have just looped and they just keep going. So we're going to stop there. I'm going to see if someone's live to raid because, well, I was going to do an all levels run instead of any %, which would have added in the extra 45 levels. That's 5 in each area. But unfortunately, I've not got time to do that, so I decided to just do any %. But we are going to do an all levels run eventually. Maybe I'll even do extra levels next time just to complete it, and then we've technically done all levels. But I also want to do all levels, all medals, which is basically 100%. That's going to take like 4 hours. Lots of replaying levels and stuff. I want to do that so I can submit it to a really, really long-a-thon. I think submissions are closing for that in September, so I do need to get a shift on. But yeah, let's see if someone's live to raid. And thanks everyone for watching today. And thanks for the GG, Zoru. I appreciate that. But yeah, if you're watching YouTube, socials in the description. We do runs like this a lot. I do expect a lot more Nervouce Brickdown. This is basically, from my own research, this is the second ever speedrun on the internet of this game. There are runs of, you know, people playing just POW casually and paper, like certain worlds, certain levels casually. There are no speedruns. This is literally the second recorded speedrun ever. Which we're really just creating game preservation history with this. When I do all levels, there is literally nothing with the extra levels on the internet anywhere. I cannot find any YouTube video with any gameplay of the extra levels, so it's going to be very interesting. They do give a lot more of a challenge, but I mean, I would say they're really just a lot of the same of what you've already seen. but it does provide a lot more of a challenge, and it would be nice to document them. So I'm going to do a run of that at some point. Anyway, who is live? We got Professor. Professor's live. We'll raid them. Professor's doing Swordplay Showdown. So if you were here on Saturday, you would have seen me doing Swordplay. Apologies for the dropped frames today. We dropped like 7k. That's not happened in a very long time. That was like 1% of frames, unfortunately. But I guess that was just going to happen with the hot weather and signals dropping out. That's fine. Oh my goodness, I'm watching this speedrun of Swordplay. Wow, you can actually do these fast movements for ages. Wow. If only I knew that when I was doing my my run. This looks so stupid. It's hilarious. Looks really cool though. Anyway, we're going to go and head over to there. Professor does a lot of Wii series runs. So, yeah. Friday, I'm probably not going to be live. I did say I would be live, but it's still going to be really hot all week, and this house just holds in heat for days. And when it's going to be 20 plus degrees Celsius all week, it's not giving it a chance to cool down in here. So I will not be streaming Friday because it's only for an hour anyway. Although it would have been ideal too. And then Saturday, I'm going to probably do a Wii Play Series Gold Medal run. It's going to take like 2 or 3 hours. I'm also open to doing any game shows that are owed on Saturday. So that's going to be a thing. But we'll go Red Professor. Thanks everyone for watching. Also, should mention, might be live on Monday. Monday, I'm going to be sorting out my 3DS, sending it off to be fitted with a capture card. But if I am live, then it will be for a little while. Probably a couple of hours, at least. That's if I'm here. But it will also be the last Monday stream before I go away for my holiday. And I do kind of want to fit in a Monday stream because I am missing a lot of Saturday streams recently, just because I'm busy. But yeah, that's basically it. Professor CC19. And my stream's basically completely cutting out now, so I am going to head off. Yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you around. Bye-bye.